WandaVision series finale, 9 episodes, done. Yes. The finale as a whole, like, solid. The end cutscenes I enjoyed. I liked the last one with her being all Doctor Strange-ish. Kind of sets us up for Doctor Strange 2 and the multiverse and because we know what's going to happen with that.
Mikey, what are your thoughts on WandaVision as a whole?
Yeah.
I overall, I liked it. I like the Marvel Universe, though. I'm pretty nice to it. I don't critique it too hard. I just kind of enjoy it.
We do the opposite.
All I do is on things that I used to love.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it overall. I thought it was an easy show to watch, and there was the mystery kept me coming back, so that's all I really needed. I didn't need too much more than that. I think overall, I was more excited just to get this new phase of the Marvel Universe started than like to actually see what was going on in the show at times, or just like, please let this lead to something bigger. Please, like, let's go. Come on, I'm so excited to start it. But
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I just think that this show, for me, just to be able to have something again to look forward to every Friday meant something.
Yeah.
Like, dope, like, it's Friday again, like new episode of WandaVision, like, sweet.
That's one thing I respect Disney Plus for. There hasn't been something like that since Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where, like, people are constantly talking about something on a
weekly basis, like, looking forward to the next. Like, this is the first, because, like, I know I talked to you about this. Do you, on YouTube, New Rockstars? Eric Voss? That account?
it sounds really familiar,
But that is, like, the first, that I remember of, the first show since after Game of Thrones that Eric Voss does, like, his weekly, like, episode breakdown, what missing details, what you miss. So I'm saying it was a big enough deal for people to be wanting to learn more about what's the bigger picture of this episode for someone like Eric Voss and that account to break it down for you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's completely pop culture, so, like, even when movies come out and stuff, too.
Right.
But I know what you mean.
I also think it's the fact they've been a pop culture staple for 10 years now. Like this has been the longest drought of new Marvel content, and it was like 300. It was just over a year.
Yeah.
So that's incredible to think that for 10 years, almost any time we could either be looking forward to something new or have something new that we haven't watched yet.
Right.
So it was like the first time that all of us were seeing something for the very first time since Iron Man first came out, and there wasn't like a universe then.
Yeah. All right. Now that I'm done dodging. All right. I'm getting into the nitty.
Quit dodging
right.
the balls.
This show sucks.
Oh,
right. We're coming out
man.
hot. Please feel free to challenge me because I don't want this to just be me shitting on this show. A lot of people like this show.
I also don't want the next 5 minutes you yelling from behind the camera and our faces going. Would you like to Would you like to go on this side?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just talking.
Audio levels, bro. Audio levels.
Listen, audience. This is what I think.
So, this is a genuine question. At the end of the show, Darcy comes in.
Don't even.
Hits
so
my
funny.
man Hayward.
So
Not
funny.
my man Hayward.
Have fun in prison.
Why is he going to prison? Why would he go to prison? In real life. He works for the government.
That's a great question.
His job is literally supposed to contain this to stop this from happening. Why would he go to prison?
I definitely feel like that is something that would have been explained if there was another episode, or like there's definitely some scene that they wrote that they didn't include because they didn't make the cut, where it was like, this is a war crime, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I don't care, and they just were like,
it was. I think the prison part was knowing that these people that were in the Hex were actually, like, real people, civilians, and that he was ready just to, like, light it up to stop Wanda. I think that was one. But I agree. Like, Vision is their property. They can use him
but she didn't steal,
for what they need.
But she didn't steal Vision. So why did he show up?
Because he
wanted the
what
powers.
You're saying,
so
right?
It's an illegal use of military funding and power.
Why?
Because his whole reasoning for going after Wanda was that she stole military tech and they had to get it back. But she didn't.
I think the whole reason for going after Wanda was because she kidnapped an entire town. And
No, but I'm saying his explanation for why Sword showed up is they took our weapon and we're getting our property back.
I mean, I
And then
think
we saw
Sword
in the scene
showed
that
up.
she just left.
Sword showed up because Monica walked into the hex.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like,
Yeah.
all right, we lost our like. Where the hell is she?
But regardless, I think they would have shown up anyways because they were studying it the entire time.
Right.
Even before Monica was going in, they were recording the
This
television.
is
Yo,
the most stuff from the Big Bang.
That leads me
This
to
shit's
the
crazy.
biggest question I have that has not been answered. It's frustrating. Who is the guy that Jimmy Woo was in Witness Protection? Who is
Still
is
not
it?
answered. Still
Who
not answered.
is he?
Not
Yeah.
answered. Not
I
even
want to know
answered.
so bad.
See, and I don't know if there actually will.
I don't think
Ever be
it, I don't think it was important enough to be answered.
No.
But so I agree with you. I
That's
don't
probably
think
why
they
they're-
will come and touch back on it. But why would you introduce a character's story arc into this series?
And then
You
have
mean Jimmy?
that in, just-
Like
Yes.
the reason why he's
The
like
reason why
here.
Jimmy
And then
is
he
here
just
is
forgets
because
because
he's
he's
looking for somebody
yes.
missing. If in any other show, if we weren't dealing with fucking superheroes, the story of this show for him would be where is this missing person,
And he just forgets about it.
and it doesn't even matter.
So it's just like one of those things where it's like,
Right, like
I
they-
think it
sorry.
would have been a great chance for them to be like, oh, it's just a regular mob boss. And make like real crime in superhero
Right.
world. So be like, no, there's still mafia and there's still gangs and there's still, but it's not just all superheroes, supervillains. There's normal like FBI shit going on in the background.
Right.
Or because that too, but you also could have made it link back to fucking Ralph Boner
That
or
is so-
Agatha.
yeah, absolutely.
Like make them. Jimmy is here because these two people went missing, and apparently they.
Well, when I was saying that each episode could have been like 5 or 10 minute like moving, scene moving. Oh, like what's Jimmy like what is Jimmy? Like, this should have been like a side.
like a C plot.
Right. It should have been a side plot
Yeah.
for this show.
Yeah.
Not just Wanda, Wanda in the Hex, blah, blah, and then Wu and Darcy going, well, this is a show, and wow, wow,
even-
wow.
even
And
a
it's
scene-
like, oh,
Even
cool.
a scene at the end where he's putting like one of those emergency blankets around one of the citizens, giving them a cup of coffee and like smiling. You'd be like, okay, that's the witness. Like, all right, at least we know who it is.
Yeah.
And if you want to dig in deeper, you can try and find a deeper meaning. But they don't even like. It's like I'm here to find someone. Card trick, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Never talked about again.
No, deadass. Yeah. I to be fair, I think it would be difficult to make this another plot of the show because the B plot of the show is like Vision's coming to.
Yeah.
That's like the side plot when he's trying to become awakened and whatnot. And it might get super convoluted, but don't ask a question at the beginning of the show to just not bring it up.
Yeah.
And even if they do bring it up, this missing person in Doctor Strange 2 or whatever.
No one's gonna remember it.
Exactly.
And that's the thing though, is, and I talked about this earlier, but when we were just talking about it off camera, but like their whole philosophy with these shows is that they're not. You don't have to watch them to get the movie storylines. So you're never gonna see anything in these shows that's gonna like, unless something changes in their philosophy that changes like the face of the MCU. So even though like now she's the Scarlet Witch, I bet you in Doctor Strange 2 they're gonna have a scene in the beginning that explains that. Like.
Yeah.
I like it's just this. It's just I don't see things becoming that much different in the end.
I would agree with you for now. I think they will take it.
Eventually, as the streaming platform grows, but I think
Yeah. Honestly, I think they could even. I think we could start to see that shift with Falcon Winter Soldier.
okay. I also think the biggest thing that happened in the finale was Monica leaving with the Skrulls and setting up Secret Invasion or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing.
But that's the thing. They, to back everything up with the whole, I'm bringing it back to the whole like fandom stuff and like how for some people this was a disappointment. We're being very technical with the show. Not even like, oh, like I wish they did this with the show. At the end of the day, they kind of did what they wanted to do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like there are some things that are left unsaid, but it's like, all right, boom. This show, Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, and now she's learning how to use her powers, and we probably haven't seen the last Division now, his body has been put back together, and
he is Vision now.
right,
And
and now like his
memories.
memories are unlocked. He doesn't have the Mind Stone in him, but like he has the memories, and that was the whole scene of like, are our memories what makes us blah blah. So it was Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, and now Vision is alive again with his original memories. And I don't know, do the memories make it so like he has sympathy and like has love for Wanda again? I don't know, maybe not. So that's what, like, and maybe that was the Mind Stone.
Interesting.
They answered the two things though. That those are the two things that they wanted to. Now, all right, here's the start. Here's the push.
Yeah.
Like that, and that was the flat line of like, all right,
That's what they were here to do.
right.
Yeah.
The show did what they wanted to do. Here's what's next.
Here's what I'll
Boom,
say
Falcon
based on
Winter
that.
Soldier.
What's the point in Vision dying in Infinity War?
I don't know.
There's no need.
I don't, but the thing is,
I mean, to get the stone.
if
I mean,
Vision's,
yes.
the thing about if all of Vision's memories came back and like you're saying, the empathy, the sympathy, the love, then wouldn't he have jumped into the fight right away to help? Like that's the thing. I didn't expect him to just leave. I thought, oh, he's activated. He's gonna go help Wanda now because he feels the same. Instead, he was like, I need to figure out if I'm the real Vision, and he bounced.
So that's the I think
That's a good question.
that's the difference though. Like so the Hex Vision unlocked the memories, right? I don't think those memories immediately is like, I am the Vision from when I was, in Infinity War and I love Wanda, blah, blah, blah. I need to understand what all these memories are, what they mean for me to make sense of. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Do we get the full Vision from before Thanos killed him? That, like, him and Wanda would be together? Maybe. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think
I really think we'll see him again because, like, the Hex Vision was like, I've seen you, we've said goodbye, we've said hello again many times. I wonder what I come back as again.
Yeah.
I think that goodbye is leading up to another hello, and I think that it will happen in Doctor Strange too. So.
And I don't know, because I saw this online when talking about one of the other shows, like the show I think is like the Eternals, I think it was. That book that Agatha has, that spell book, is like very important in that show apparently, and whoever reads it corrupts their minds.
Oh,
it's supposed to be like the
about,
plot of that show. Do you know, or is it the?
You're talking about the Hulu show, The Runaways.
Is it the Runaways or is it? I couldn't remember if it was the Runaways or the Eternals, but.
So the Eternals isn't out yet.
Oh, okay. So it must have been the Runaways.
Runaways is a Hulu show based on kids with powers, and one of the what's her name? There's a witch in that show, and her mom is in the movie Doctor Strange, and her staff is also in the movie Doctor Strange.
Yes.
The book that you're referring to is the missing book from Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And it's the one that Agatha has.
Yes.
And it's
Wait, so is that Hulu show canon?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe?
Like probably not.
It's kind of like how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well,
is.
they're saying like apparently that like the end when Wanda's just reading the book, she's not supposed to be able to just read it like normal. It's supposed to be like hard to read because it corrupts your mind, and so they're thinking that it's setting her up as the big bad for the next like sort of phase of Marvel, that she's gonna get corrupted and become the real Scarlet Witch and become a worldwide threat.
I would love to see that.
Right?
That's what I was hoping they would go with in WandaVision.
But I think they set up the sympathy so that we have another Thanos like payoff where where some people are like he's wrong, but I
can empathize.
Yeah, like I get where he's trying to come from, but he's wrong.
Yeah.
I think that will happen with Wanda, where she'll like try to recreate Vision and he'll start like killing people, and she'll be like, no, but it's Vision. Come on.
So in the comics, Wanda makes her children, and then she finds out that her children aren't real.
Yeah.
And after she finds out her children aren't real, I'm assuming what they'll do in the movie is she'll try and get her children back to reality, but then they'll be like, no, this was never real, this isn't real, and then she'll snap, and then she destroys all of the mutants.
You're talking about like House of M?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm assuming they're going to be leading.
And I also think that I don't know if it's going to be destroying mutants.
Oh, she'll create.
I think she's going to create, because I think we saw that with Monica. She became photon.
Yeah.
And so I think I thought the Hex when she expanded it the first time, I thought it was going to be her blowing up all over the world, and making mutants throughout the world. That's what I thought they were going with it.
I'm totally with you.
So I could see her in Doctor Strange 2, like going another chaotic blast that she can't control, and like a bunch of people end up having like changes in their DNA, and that's how mutants start or something.
Yeah. I think she will definitely be the one to create the mutants. I don't know how it'll go. Can we talk about Agatha for a few minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why? Why did she do all of this? Because she was power hungry?
She wanted Wanda's power.
I also think it
Okay.
comes back to that corruption.
That's it. That's
thing.
literally it.
Okay.
But that's also why I think that corruption thing, it makes sense with the book, because she sucks power from people. She became so egotistical. She thinks she could take the power from this mythical being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Agatha also didn't know that there was like a more powerful witch than herself.
Yep.
And to find this out and to be like, I don't know how to build this hex. And like that was that episode.
Yeah.
How did you do this? How did you do this? And it's because of all the pain and loss that Wanda's gone through. She had to learn how Wanda really has this ability to create that.
The world.
Right.
The bubble.
Right. And
Actually-
because she was like, she's like, I don't know how to fucking do this.
Okay.
She's like, I can make a bird.
And now she's just the nosy neighbor again, which again, she will come back. She'll be back.
Oh,
yeah.
Catherine Hahn, come back.
I think you see Wanda go to her and like unlock her in a limited way to teach her magic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like,
after like Doctor Strange or some shit.
yeah, like she goes against Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange beats her because he knows better magic, and then she's like, Agatha, homie,
you
like,
know
yo,
it's good.
I need some help, dude.
Yeah. Here's my question: why was Wanda able to create the hex at the end to stop Agatha, even though she didn't know hexes existed 20 minutes prior?
She learned
In 20 minutes.
in 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
I just want to let you know that was there.
But I think we've all
That was
seen,
the I learned from you.
But I think we've all seen people.
I
like
listened to you.
That. But do you know what I mean? I think we've all seen people like that in different things, where it's like someone comes into a thing, whether it's sports or whatever, and you're like, all right, here's how you throw a curveball, and like the second curveball they throw is like perfect, and you're like, all right, I hate you for being so good at this thing and picking it up so fast. And I
That's
think
fair.
That's part of why Agatha hated her. She was like, why, you shouldn't be this good. Like, I've studied for hundreds of years,
Yeah.
and you're just like, and then there's like a whole new reality that you control. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give it to you.
But I also think the whole explanation of she's just naturally gifted is a flimsy one. It
Right.
definitely is.
Yeah.
Like,
That's-
it's not like,
Yeah.
it's not good.
There's no actual like lead up to that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, I give this show a 7.3. I think Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, and Catherine Hahn were very good in this show.
I think the acting's great.
I think
Catherine Hahn never fails.
No,
Right.
it doesn't.
Like I think those
I haven't
three
either.
absolutely made the show. They were fantastic. If you were disappointed, you were thinking different storyline, they came and they delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
So,
I would agree.
I will take it.
Michael, what's your rating?
I would go a little higher. I'd go 7.7. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I also got to show it to my girlfriend for the first time. She jumped in on episode like 3 or 4, like the one where it switches to the outside. So it was like half in, half out.
You
So that
finally
was
get
like the perfect one to introduce her on, because the first 2 would have been too weird for her. But
That's the only
That-
episode that
that-
Eric saw too.
That's another thing.
Really?
Do you and I think it's more just like for the fans to be like, oh, like this is like cute, whatever. You could skip the first 2 episodes and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
You
fair.
could totally skip the first 2
but I
episodes.
also think
You kind of need it to understand, like, oh, this is like the. I think it was
Yeah.
this is the cool decade jump and like why.
I
she's
think
doing
that's like what makes the show unique.
Right.
After the first 2 episodes, it's kind of just another Marvel product,
Exactly.
which is fine.
it. Which is
because-
what it is. That's
I
exactly
think-
what it
I
is.
think the worst thing to come out of WandaVision is that it's burying Black Widow. Like, everyone's forgotten that Black Widow was a movie that was supposed to come out first. It's still coming out like relatively soon.
Yeah.
It's coming. Didn't it get announced the 7th
It's
of
this
May?
May.
I think
also-
that.
Definitely gonna get
Also, Loki's gonna be the best Disney Plus series.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I think I'm a Tom Hiddleston dude.
Bro.
I think he's fantastic.
Loki-
Well, thank you boys for having me. I have to go get Brain Smart.
Michael has
yes,
class,
yes, yes,
so
I feel
we're gonna
like
say
it's-
goodbye.
it's
I give the show a 6 out of 10. There we go.
6.0. That's it.
Yes.
Very
Come on,
fair.
you gotta give me decimal. That's a rookie number. A rookie score.
6.0.
Thank you. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, we have a week off of it. We're gonna get right into Falcon Winter Soldier when it does drop. I think we're gonna enjoy this show more. To be quite honest. Mikey, thanks for being on.
Bro, thank
As
you for
always,
having me.
appreciate it.
Come back
He's
anytime.
gonna go learn class history of copywriting.